Hi guys, you're back on the Mastiff channel. Thanks for joining us. So today we'll have a catch up with Sharon, see how she's going. She still can't throw properly, her hand's really sore, so she's not going to be able to throw today. But we're up to about, she's missed a couple of weeks, so we're up to about the 6th week. But she's actually doing a fair bit of improvement, which is really good. And you guys that play darts out there, when I tell you your stats, you'll see how good it is. So we'll just have a quick chat with Sharon, and then I have got some darts to show you. It's a double whammy really, because the darts that I've actually pimped this week, they didn't really need pimp, but I've pimped them anyway. They're brand new, they've only been out 2 or 3 weeks, and it's hard to get them here in Australia, as you know, or as I've told you. Most of you won't know, but we actually got them from On Point Darts, and I got a couple of different sets of them. So the Target darts, and I'll let you see them as well, and then we'll do a wee bit of coaching tips towards the end. Right, so we'll catch up with Sharon first now and just see how she went. So what did you reckon this week? I know your hand's really sore and you had a wee bit of practice.
Yeah.
So I took your averages.
Yes, yeah.
So at the beginning of this, we started with a 26 average.
Yeah, that's right.
25.9 or whatever it was. Now, I took all your stats.
You think you can know?
You went from... You actually, last week on the Friday, so a week, we're actually on... it's Good Friday today, guys. Just in case you didn't know, the video will go up later, but it's Good Friday today, here in Australia, as everywhere. So, last Friday you had an average of, you went way up to 35.1,
yeah,
which is really good. Then you dropped on the Saturday to 30.9. Then we missed Sunday because your hand was too sore. Monday, 35.7.
Yeah.
Amazing. Then Tuesday, 36. Again, that's amazing, guys. And then the last one we recorded was Wednesday, 37.5.
Yeah.
So they're all over 30, and you've jumped 11.5 on your average in 6 weeks. Now, as serious darts players will know, if you can jump 10 or over on your average in 6 weeks, my God, you're doing well. So hats off to you, you've done really well with that.
Thank you.
And I know it's hard for you to practice with your hand being so sore at the minute. So all I can say is practice when you can.
Yeah, I think it's the practice that definitely helps.
Practicing's the thing. If you don't practice, you don't win.
Yeah. And I do find it a bit of a chore sometimes, I must admit, but it does make a big difference.
When you come home from work, guys, and you want to practice straight away, it's not always the easiest thing. So, yeah, so well done on that anyway. And I think we'll only get better and better because you won another leg as well, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So, absolutely excellent. All right, Sharon, we'll catch you later.
Lovely. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, don't run away with my microphone.
There you got it.
Right, so guys, today we got a new guy on the camera because Manny's still part of the Mastiff team, but the way things are with the fuel here, the company that Manny runs is snowed under with work because it's so expensive to transport from outside of Perth, where we are. So everybody's getting stuff made in Perth, and that's what Manny works for, an engineering company that manufacture engineering parts from the mines and stuff. So Manny's having to work near enough a double shift every day. So he's just not available, but he'll be back. Manny's still part of the crew, so he's not going. But now we've got Sharon. So say hello, Sharon.
Well, guys, how's it going?
You can tell he's a proper Australian with the accent, guys, can't you? Same as me. proper dinky dye, true blue Aussie. So we're both getting Aussified the longer we're here. But I've not lost my accent, and I think you've just heard that Sean's not lost his. So anyway, today guys, I'll show you these darts because they're absolute, I love them. And you know what I'm going to say next? I might keep them because they're so nice. So, if you remember, ages ago, I'm talking about 5 years ago or whatever it was, Target brought out the Bolide range, which you get 5 different versions of. And they just came in a plain, they're 90% tungsten, and they just came in a plain tungsten finish. Now, then they brought out, a couple of years down for that, the Bolide Voids, which were the same dart, 5 different versions, but in black, with a black coating. Now they've brought out the Bolide Envy, which, to me, that's the best of the lot, the most stunning version of the Bolides. Same 5 shapes, gold, and they come with gold points. But I've took the gold points out and put my favourite 42mm RST points in. So if we have a quick look at this dart, guys, look at that. Is that not stunning? That's a beautiful, beautiful dart. Now they come in 5 different shapes. Next week, I couldn't get them all. I got the 01 and the 03, but Lewis from On Point has promised me we'll have the 02s at some stage. The 04s I'm not going to bother with because they're just a straight barrel dart. But these are absolutely stunning. And they fly so nice that I've put my Makuru Suzuki's back in the rack and I've put these in my case. So I've still got my pole limbs, but these, absolutely stunning. I've put, as you know, the old Q-sols on there. So best system on the market in my opinion. Absolutely lovely. So what a stunning dart they are. So as I say, I've got the 03s there as well. I won't bother taking them out the box, but as you can see on the back of the box, there's 5 different shapes. So the 04 is just a straight barrel dart. So we've got the 1, the 2, the 3 and the 5, because I'm not bothered about that one. That's more of a bomber, the 5. That is a bit similar to a Gary Anderson style dart, or Charlie Manby uses as well. So yeah, and these are very much like a Josh Rock dart. So I've ordered them. I've told Lewis if he can get them for us, to get them, please, Lewis. Now, got some other bits and pieces this week. What else did I get? Oh, they're not mine. I've just repointed these, which was the Harrows NX90s, and I've just repointed these for a customer. This has got the Mission Vortex on, which is, look at that. That's lovely. Look at the flex on that. Really, really good. Right, and we'll have a quick look at the Bulls board and see how it's faring up. So the Bulls board, as you know, I told you the prices on the last video. It's not the most expensive board. It's not the best board I've played on. It's certainly not the worst. Quietest board I've ever played on. And if you look at it, it gets hammered in here. It's faring up really well, guys. So I mean, you can't fault it for the price. You can't fault, and I've not turned it either. It's been up there now for 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks, nearly a month, and it's not been turned, and it's still doing really well. So, couple of things. I've been asked with a couple of guys that come for coaching, how do we deal with nerves? Because some of these guys in practice, they'll hit tons, ton 40s all day long. Then when they go in front of people watching, if they go to a league game or a competition, the nerves kick in. But a lot of the time it's not nerves. There's a big difference between a nervous player and a player that's just overthinking things. Now, overthinking is a terrible, terrible thing because you just can't, you won't be able to concentrate. Your rhythm goes out the window. There's ways around it. I won't go into all the ways of dealing with it, but I'll go into a few that really help. So, when you go up to the oche, and before you start doing this before you get to the oche, right? So some people, they like to get a bit of rhythm into their throw. You'll see it on other videos, and you'll see people 1, 2, 3, or A, B, C, right? So they'll use a sort of rhythm method for the throw. That actually, if you're counting that in your head, 1, 2, 3, it stops you thinking about other things. But there's a better way, because this again, like I said last week, fools your brain. Now, before you get to the oche, on your way to the oche, just keep saying, if you're going for scoring, treble 20, treble 20, treble 20, treble 20. Say it over and over and over in your head. 1, it tells your brain that's what we've got to hit. And 2, while you're saying that, you're not thinking about what's going on around about you. So it really changes the way you can focus. And you'll focus easier on that treble 20 because you're just telling your brain, treble 20, treble 20, treble 20. And you can use it for your doubles, double 16, double top, whatever. Use it for whatever you're going for. It really does help. Believe me, it sounds mad, but it really does help. And another thing, what I've done with Sharon this week, her darts were tending to go a bit wayward one day that she was throwing. They were going really wayward. So I told her to imagine like a line, say, even a flying fox, right? Or that's what they call them here in Australia, a zip line, whatever they else they are. Imagine there's one of them between, either if you wear glasses, it's tied onto your glasses, or it's stuck onto the side of your head here. And just imagine your dart is the bit that hangs down under the zip line. And try your best to follow that line straight to the board. If you know there's a line there, an imaginary line, you don't have to. I've seen people using a string that comes from the board and goes back and tucks under here and all that. That's great. I've never tried it, but if it works, it works. Brilliant. But I've always told people, imagine there's an imaginary line between them and the board. And that actually works as well if you can picture it in your head. So using them little aids there, that takes your mind off of other things. Takes your mind off of, oh, who's watching me? Oh, I've just hit 26, they're going to think I'm rubbish. Oh my God, I'm panicking. Tell you something right now. Good players like people watching them. They don't like when people are not watching them. But players that are not so good, that's the guys that get the nerves. That's the guys that get the jitters. And they don't like people watching them. But you know you've turned the corner and you know you're good when you want people watching you. You want to be coming back for that board and there's a load of guys standing there appreciating what you're doing on there. So that's just a couple of wee tips for you there today. But try that treble 20, treble 20. Just try it. It works. It definitely works, guys. Now, the shirt that we're sending to Wayne Flint, I was right, he is in the UK. In fact, he's in a place called King's Lynn, and I used to live not far from there when I was in the UK, probably half an hour's drive. So I lived in East England as well, Wayne. So now, the reason I've not posted it, I was waiting for more stickers to come, so as I could put a couple of them in for you as well. So I'll put a car sticker in, and a sticker for your dart case as well. So we'll send them all in one hit. They'll go in one parcel, so that's a wee bonus for you. Can't post it today, obviously, and tomorrow it'll get posted Tuesday, because it's holiday all week here, so the post office is not open. And it will be queued out if it is open tomorrow, and it'll only be for a couple of hours. So Tuesday that'll get sent. As soon as I get a tracker number, I will send you the tracking number so you can track it yourself as well, mate. Right, I think that's it for today, guys. So try and remember them little tips there, because they work. Sometimes the simplest things work in darts. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a big, long, complicated thing that you've got to think about. So that'll do us for this week. So we'll just say a goodbye from Sean.
Goodbye.
There you go. And remember, like and subscribe, or the Mastiffs will be coming round. And also, with this channel, you have to watch to win. So follow us through to the next one, and we'll catch you later. Cheers, guys.